Welcome to the City Club of Cleveland. My name is Edward Blakemore, and I am the immediate past president of the City Club New Leaders. It is my pleasure today to introduce to you 5 of the most dynamic women in our city. However, before I do so, I thought it might be appropriate to provide some background information about how this program evolved. This time last year, I presented a program called We Object, the Successes and Struggles of Female Attorneys. During that program, 4 of the most prominent female attorneys in Cleveland spoke about their journey, provided advice on how to succeed in the legal field, and discussed work-life balance issues. Although that program was a resounding success, the one question many women posed to me after that program was that all the panelists either elected to have their children later in life or chose not to have children at all. They expressed an interest in the City Club New Leaders developing a program designed around the question of whether young professional women truly can have it all. By that I mean a successful career, a life partner, and raise a child or children all at the same time. Those discussions were the genesis of today's program. All of the women sitting in front of you on the dais today have personally encountered and overcome those struggles and will speak to you about how they dealt with those issues. There are some of you who may ask why a man is presenting this issue at a forum. And however, anyone who's known me for any amount of time knows I'm deeply committed to making the city of Cleveland the most attractive city in the state of Ohio for all individuals to call their home. However, in order for us to reach that goal, we must rise above our preconceived notions and prejudices on all fronts. To be frank, if people who come to our city believe they can't be successful due to lingering issues related to race, gender, or religion, we will have failed and our city will not grow. Furthermore, as solutions are created today, I want my esteemed female colleagues to remain mindful that there are several progressive men in this city who are more than willing to assist them in reaching their goals. The panelists who will discuss today's topic are Elizabeth Oliver, president of KeyBank's Greater Cleveland District. Ms. Oliver oversees KeyBank's community bank franchise, which encompasses retail, corporate, small business, private banking, and community development banking operations throughout Northeast Ohio. In addition to her duties at KeyBank, she is actively involved in the community, including serving on the board of the Cleveland Botanical Gardens, as chairwoman for the American Heart Association Cleveland Chapter Board of Trustees, and as co-chair of the Leadership Giving Focus for the United Way of Greater Cleveland. Ms. Oliver graduated from Colgate University. Caprice Bragg is vice president of gift planning and donor relations for the Cleveland Foundation. In her position, she leads a developmental team that helps donors realize their philanthropic dreams. In addition to her day job, she is Speaker's Chair for the Cleveland Metropolitan Bar Association's Estate Planning, Probate, and Trust Law Committee, a member of In Council for Women, and is a 2005 graduate of Leadership Cleveland. Ms. Bragg graduated from Oberlin College and the New York University School of Law. Jennifer Thomas is Director of the Civic Innovation Lab. The Civic Innovation Lab provides mentorship, training, and funding to individuals who communicate progressive ideas that will have a measurable economic impact on the greater Cleveland area. Since the organization was founded in September 2003, it has provided grants in excess of $1 million to sustain 41 new initiatives and provided strategic coaching to more than 600 local entrepreneurs. Some of the program's successes include CoolCleveland.com, ePrep School, and my dear colleagues at Policy Bridge. Ms. Thomas received her degrees from Denison University and the New York University Stern School of Business. Cindy Einhouse is president of the Beck Center of the Arts. The Beck Center is a nonprofit performing arts and education organization dedicated to enriching the quality of life for Northeast Ohioans. The center provides professional theatrical productions and curriculum-based arts education to more than 100,000 people each year. In addition to her day job, she has managed significant capital campaigns for the Cleveland Institute of Music, Cleveland Clinic, and Playhouse Square. Ms. Einhouse earned her degrees from Kent State University and Cleveland State University. And last but not least, my dear colleague Barbara Danforth will moderate today's discussion and is president and CEO of the YWCA of Greater Cleveland. Barbara has drawn upon her vast and diverse work experience to fully implement the YWCA mission of eliminating racism and empowering women. Under her leadership, the organization has developed leadership initiative workshops, a leadership boot camp, and momentum programs specifically designed to help young professional women advance their careers. Barbara is also active in the community and is a member of the board of directors for the Cleveland Metropolitan Bar Association Foundation and in Council for Women, and previously served on the board of directors for the United Way of Greater Cleveland. Ms. Danforth received her degrees from Eastern Michigan University and the University of Pittsburgh School of Law. Without any further ado, please join me in welcoming all of our panelists and moderator to the City Club of Cleveland.
Thank you, Ed. One of my favorite poets, Mona Lake Jones, on speaking of women says that we are jugglers of professions, managers of lives, mothers of children, lovers and wives. And today's question is, and can we have it all? And apparently from my distinguished panelists, the answer is yes, because we have before you today a group of women who have distinguished themselves in very demanding careers, have raised wonderful families, and are giving back in significant ways to the community. So perhaps the next question to ask is, and can they have it all at the same time? So we're going to begin the discussion this afternoon by taking a journey through each of their lives. You've heard about their professional accomplishments, so I will ask them to share with us just a little bit about their life journeys. So Caprice, can we start with you?
Sure, Barbara. I had that feeling she would look at me and turn it over. I guess a couple of things I'd say about my life journey is that the entire journey has been about balance and balancing professional demands, personal commitments, and spiritual commitments, if you will. And I feel like my career journey and my life journey have joined in that way. I guess a couple of things that you didn't hear about me is that I was reared by a single parent in Akron who herself taught me a lot about this balancing because she was working full-time and putting herself through college at the same time. So the entire time that I was in, a little bit of feedback, sorry, in high school, my mother was methodically and slowly taking classes and rearing 2 children. And so I think from that perspective, on a day-to-day basis, I saw the balancing, the choices, the concessions that you make in order to, quote, have it all and convey it all. Having said that, I graduated from law school at a time when, you know, you sort of thought you paid your dues. And there weren't a lot of role models who were sort of balancing career and family. So I think my path has been a lot about that approach and that process. Is that?
Thank you, great, yes. Cindy.
Well, I agree with that whole concept of balance, and I'm a big fan of balance and of fun. And I think it's possible to have a job that you enjoy and have some fun with your family at the same time. And I've been fortunate that I met my life partner early in my adult life, and that strong partnership has been such a huge factor in all that I've been able to achieve, because not only having someone to support your efforts, both physically and psychologically, it's such an advantage to have someone you can take that journey with. After right out of college, I started working at Playhouse Square, and he started working there at the same time. We met each other there and worked together for almost 15 years. And we were each going to school early in our young adult lives, and so we supported each other during that time. We were developing good hobbies that we've maintained since then, learning how to sail and race sailboats, and then didn't really think about having kids until we'd been married for 10 years. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh my God, if we're going to do that, we better get started. And we were having a good time, we were just really having a good time. And then all of a sudden we realized, oh my gosh, it's really not that easy to have kids. It took us a little while, and that was a shock. It actually doesn't just happen when you decide you want it to happen. But having started a family later in life, I think that was an advantage, though, too, because we were able to build some assets. We were able to, get our higher education out of the way. We were able to get some things done and really be a little bit more psychologically prepared for having kids.